Good afternoon. 13 News at Noon begins with breaking news today. There is an arrest in connection to the assassination of popular conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The suspected shooter's family turning him in just last night. Bofta Yimon now reports.
Less than 24 hours after making a plea to the public to help identify the man who killed conservative influencer Charlie Kirk, police announced a major break in the case.
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them.
Police say the shooter fired a single shot in broad daylight Wednesday from this rooftop at Utah Valley University. Kirk was a close ally of President Trump, who first broke the announcement about the arrest.
I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him.
Investigators say they received 11,000 leads and tips and sent evidence like the high-powered bolt-action rifle to a federal lab. Authorities say Robinson was arrested after the new video and images were released.
Over the last 48 hours, I have been as angry as I have ever been.
Meanwhile, as they prepare a case to pursue the death penalty, Kirk's fans and family continue to mourn his death.
I spoke to Erica, his wife, and we had a long talk, and she's devastated. She is absolutely devastated, as you can imagine.
Late Thursday afternoon, Charlie Kirk's casket arrived in his home state of Arizona. Vice President J.D. Vance traveled with Kirk's widow and honored his longtime friend with a final flight on Air Force Two. In Washington, Bofta Yimon, NBC News.
Swift condemnation now from Republicans and Democrats, both parties agreeing there is no place for this kind of violence in our country. Some of the reactions to Charlie Kirk's death are getting condemnation of their own, including right here in Indiana, in Muncie. That's where the president of the Human Rights Commission was pushed to resign after saying that Kirk deserved what happened to him. 13 News got screenshots of posts under Stephen Knipp's name saying in part, quote, "This man is the cause of the circumstance. He is neither a victim nor a hero."
We don't need anybody fueling that type of fire. You know, those are things that we want to try to stamp out and move forward as a city, as a country.
Knipp later wrote online that while he's resigning from the Human Rights Commission, he hopes more people will advocate for human rights. And our coverage of the Charlie Kirk assassination continues online. There you can read statements from lawmakers across Indiana and also across the country. Also, that's where we'll be posting any updates on the investigation as soon as they come in. Again, that's all at WTHR.com. 12:03, it is Friday, another beautiful day outside as summer continues. We're really in this sweet spot right now between summer and fall. Some days are cool, some days are warm, but there's also a much need for rain. It is dry out there right now.
Yeah, very dry. I will tell you, in the last 24 hours, the high-res modeling hinting that perhaps in some areas of the state tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, very early Sunday morning, we might have a scattered downpour thunderstorm. So that's really the biggest change to the forecast from this time yesterday. No change to today. Sunshine, it is going to be warmer than average, which is right around 80 degrees for this time of year, but it's still going to be comfortable. There's the vantage point from across central Indiana right now. You see Carmel and Bainbridge and Connorsville, and here in downtown Indy at this hour. We've got sunshine and temperatures that are going to be topping out in the middle and even upper 80s as we go into the afternoon. So let's show you how this is going to play out for us. There's the view from downtown. We're at 78. One thing I want to point out, look at the humidity at 39%, courtesy of a dew point that's in the lower 50s. So warm, yes, but comfortable heat that we continue to have over us here. 78 in Shelbyville, Bloomington, Terre Haute, almost at 80 degrees. And we should tack on, I think, at least another 7 to 8 to what you're seeing here on the map. Plenty of sunshine for today. Now, as we go into the weekend here, so we've got mid and upper 80s for today, not far from 90 degrees. We'll be looking west for that storm potential, but no storms tonight. Get out there and enjoy Operation Football, 7:58 on the Sunset, and kickoff temperatures around 80 degrees. It's going to be very comfortable air. We'll have more on the weekend ahead in just a few minutes.
All right, Sean, thanks so much. Now let's go to the courtroom. That's where a man appeared before a judge in connection with a case that dates back nearly a decade. Larry Dewerson Jr. is accused in a teen's rape from 2016. The 27-year-old was appointed an attorney in court today. That's where he entered a preliminary not guilty plea, as he's now facing rape and child molestation charges. His bond is now $100,000. Investigators say that Dewerson violently sexually assaulted a 13-year-old in February of 2016. They say he just lived doors down from the victim at the time. Dewerson is also accused of attempting to rape 2 women on the Monon Trail earlier this year. And now to Madison County. That's where psychologists spent the day testifying about the IQ test scores of a man who now is on Indiana's death row. Carl Boards II is charged in the shooting death of Noah Shanovez, an Elwood police officer. This happened during a traffic stop in July of 2022. Now, 2 court-appointed psychologists have performed intellectual disability evaluations on Boards. Dr. Karen Sepkin testified that Boards scored 92 on the IQ test that she administered, and that's well above the 70 score that's considered sub-average. And then Dr. John Fabian testifies that Boards does not have an intellectual disability. The prosecution called Dr. Justin Donaldson, who confirmed that the court-appointed evaluations were valid.
We provided our own expert, a psychologist that we have retained in this case, and he provided some additional explanation to the court-appointed psychologists and their evaluations, that we presented additional evidence in addition to what the court had provided through their experts.
So it continues. The judge will now hear arguments from both sides on this intellectual disability evaluations. The next court hearing is set up for next month on October 2nd. The trial then expected to get underway in January. Metro Police say that they have made an arrest after 2 women were hurt in a shooting in downtown Indy. They say it all started as an argument between the women and the suspect, who was a security guard at a nearby business. Police then arrested that 35-year-old man yesterday at his home. And there, they say, they found 4 illegally possessed guns, narcotics, and a lot of cash. They say the man is a serious violent felon and is prohibited from having firearms. He now is facing multiple charges that do include aggravated battery. A Heron High School student now is in police custody this afternoon. The student is accused of bringing a gun to school. The school sent a statement saying that another student reported that possibly there was a gun on campus. The school then responded, going into lockdown. Metro Police came in to investigate. Officers got that gun and say there was no intended threat to anyone there who was on campus.